Well, good afternoon, fellow diamond painters. This is going to be my second video because the first one screwed up. Puppy is driving me crazy and I'm going to bop him one. I hit the wrong button. So it's 1:40. It is the 10th of December, 2023. Not sure. It's 1:40 p.m. by the way. I'm not sure what I said. I can't remember. But I will show you what Temu finally sent me. And they sent it perfectly. As you can see, it didn't get bent, curled, nothing. This came a little bent. This is for my daughter. I hate this movie. But it's a little metal plaque. It's got a few little curves in it, but it's in good condition. So, it's Merry Christmas. Alright, this is what I wanted everyone to see. I already took it out of the plastic, and I'm doing it again. So, I believe there are 36 colors. I'd have to count them again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 20. Excuse me while I count. Yep, 36 colors. Okay, here is the design. I love the kitty. Alright, come on, clear up. Kitty and the steampunk look. It is adorable. And the symbols, perfect. I mean, it is so readable. I paid $11, I think, for this. And look at this thing. It just, look at that face. Look at that face. I can't wait to do this one with lots of confetti. But I am going to use, there's some 310s in this background. And then around the eyes and such, I'm going to use some of my AB 310s. I'm going to bling this out. This thing goes on for quite a while. It's, you know, ordinary kit. Nothing to jump home, write home about. Jump up and down. Little metal funky tweezers that I don't use. I've got probably 40 or 50 different tweezers. And these are beautiful colors. There's some purple. There's some purple in there. I'm not going to open it again. There's two things of black, I believe. And there's some carnation color, reddish, a burnt red type. I don't know. It's there's the two blacks. And it is a round. And it's quite large. It is, I had measured it before. Let me measure it again. Let's see. It is, the painted area is about 27 1/4. Because I think it said it was a 29 by something or whatever. And the side here is about 13 3/4. So it is a good size, and I'm going to love painting this one and trying to bling it out. I am going to do that. Oh yes, but I love that face. I love that face. And for the little sign set, I paid like $2 and some change. So, like I said, it was something very minor, something small. And as I stated in the last video, and we'll do it on this one, I'm not going to have a whip and sip. I will have a sip. I have my coffee as per usual, even in the afternoon. So excuse me a second. And I can show you how far I've gotten on Partners in Crime. It is on the right side, and it is multi-place, but I do not multi-place. I mean, it's a lot of, there's not much confetti there. And I single-placed it. I did that today, earlier. So, as you can see, I'm trying to get it done, but it's going to take a while. So, since I'm not going to be doing any painting, I thought I would go ahead and go through some photographs of some antiques. And since, you know, I like to change up my channel and do different things, I'll try and show these to you, and hopefully, you know, you'll be able to see some of it. This is going to be hard to see, I suspect. That's the refrigerator with the square head. I've only seen one other square head refrigerator, and it was in an old horror movie. I don't remember the name of the movie. I had two. I had a green one, and I had this white one. The green one's handle broke, and it was a frog type handle, and it was too hard to replace. And my boyfriend found this refrigerator, which is the same, just in white, and it's a General Electric. General Electric could not date it for me. They said the farthest back their records went was I don't know, I think they said 1910 or 1915, and it wasn't in, this one wasn't in those records. They said they would have had to have been in the records of the warehouse that burned down way earlier in the 1900s. So they didn't know, and I didn't know how old it was. Maybe somebody who sees this photo, maybe they know. That was Sheena in the window. That was one of her favorite spots. Okay, this one is another photo, almost of the same, except there's part of my stove. This was the oven, naturally the burners. There's the refrigerator again. My daughter when she was about 6 or so at Christmas. And there's Sheena again. And I had a different bread box then. I had several different old bread boxes. Okay. This one is a little better photo, maybe, of the stove and such. My boyfriend playing Santa. The stove, I had a older table, and there's the refrigerator again with its square head. I used to hang old pans and tins and stuff on the on the wall. And this right here, and I don't know if you can see it real well, I had forgotten all about this. This was here's the little oven door, and you can barely see little legs and it going across, and I got an old pot sitting on it. This was an antique replica of a stove on legs that salesmen used to take around to sell, to people. you know, it's like your door-to-door salesman. They bring it around and show it to you, and you decide whether or not, you know, you want to buy that style. And I set it up on top of, there's a ledge across the top of the burners up there that doesn't get hot. So hopefully I explained it well enough. The bottom part here is like a broiler, and there's a little door down here that you kept all your pots in and such. And all your burners were on the top of this little bar. It's hard to explain, but especially since I don't have a front photo, but I might be able to find some in my other pictures somewhere. Okay, now we're going to get into my Christmases. This is one photo of our Christmas in the parlor. As far as the Christmas trees go, we always told my daughter, you know, we didn't get a Christmas tree until Christmas Eve because that's when Santa would bring the Christmas tree. And my boyfriend used to get one free off the lot every Christmas Eve from friends that he knew. And he would drag it across the porch with footprints, and we'd decorate it that night, and my daughter would be in bed. She'd get up in the morning and look out the door and see that something was dragged across the porch, and when she looked in the parlor, she saw the tree, and she said, Santa brought the tree. And all the presents were under it then. That's how we did things. So this is a horsehair sofa, and I've got a few better photos. Okay, this was a different Christmas. One of my antique tables, different curtains that I put up, different style. Nothing special here, just the tree. Okay. And that was in 1992. The other one was in 93. Okay, here's one here that you can see the Victrola and the lyre table. This right here is something I had cross-stitched. So, and here is our phone. It's a rotary phone, very, very heavy. That phone could kill you. It hits like a sledgehammer. It's one of those old, you know, you used to see the black ones in the old movies. This one was like in, it wasn't a pink and it wasn't a rose. It was somewhere in the middle. And it worked. We never could get it to ring. We'd hear our other phone ring and we could answer this one. We never could get the bell to work because we didn't have the right hookups. But we got it to work, and you could dial from it, you could talk on it, no big deal. So, let's see. Okay, this was what I was talking about with the fireplace and the stockings. All the stockings in front of the fireplace. I can't see them all, but I know that's Corky. I know Blarney's is in there. That's Corky's. And I think some of them, my pets have passed away, and I still put up their stockings. But I know Casey's is there, and Candy and Chico's would be there, and Sheena's. And so I'd put them all up. And yeah, there's some little collectibles up there. So that's the stockings. Don't know if you all are interested, but it is what it is. Okay, here is another view in this direction of that horsehair sofa. And this cover here I crocheted, and I crocheted the arm doilies as well. So I thought I'd show you this. And here's another. There's a Casey. This chair she picked out for herself. We let her have that one. It was not one of my better chairs. And there's the Victrola again, and part of the piano. I said nothing special again. And here, now this isn't the exact table, phone table that I have now. This one my boyfriend took, and I have a different one in my shed. But there's the phone table, and there's the phone. We moved it, you know, into the hallway. But there's the table. And I will show you this item here shortly. Okay, here is that item. This belonged to my boyfriend's mother when they lived down in Gallipolis, Ohio, and it had survived the Ohio flood. When you opened up this area over here, it was a secretary table. And this was your china area, you know, for all your little knicky-knacks. But it survived. And I don't remember what it was called. The glass was all there, everything. Nothing was falling apart on it. So, it survived. Alright. And the last photo is of the piano. And it is an Emerson. I forgot to mention that. It's an Emerson. And this up here, and I never say them right, a stereoptic graph, that's an original. Some of the metal had started to rot on the edges, but that is an original. That's not a copy. And the slide cards that are there were original. And it worked. You could still slide it. You could still see the photos in it. It was perfect. Not sure what else to tell you. Like I said, I hope I can find some of my other photos somewhere. I enjoyed collecting antiques. I didn't really collect them, like I said. My boyfriend would get little jobs to empty out people's cellars or empty out people's attics and garages and things. And sometimes in lieu of a major payment or any kind of payment, he could take whatever he wanted out of there. And some things he'd bring in I'd have to repair or refurnish or refurbish. Bah, my tongue. And I've, have stripped numerous different things. I stripped a rocking chair for my stepmother. It had that milk paint on it, and I stripped it, and I did it by hand. I didn't use any chemicals. I stripped it with, and you're going to think it's weird, but I used an old manicure set. I had the old metal emery board, or emery, yeah, the metal, and I just kept, scraping away, and then I just varnished it clear. and it turned out beautiful. Then I did a corner table for my mother, small one, and she had well, it's not it curves and then it's flat on the back, and she has it at the end of her hall, and she has it to this day. And I did it. Oh yes, I did it 40 years ago, something like that. So she still has it, and she loved it. She still loves it. So I even stripped a fireplace in the first older home we had, and I did it by hand, without any chemicals, but I did use a heat gun off and on because it had so many layers on it, and the inside of the fireplace had the old swing arm for the cooking pots, for you hang your cooking pots on and stuff. And I stripped it all down and cleaned the outside of it, and it was more like a blondish color when it was done, and I kept it all natural. I didn't stain it, nothing. And that was an older home. It was a block up from where we ended up in the 12-room house. And I really liked, that house because the kitchen was humongous. I mean, it was a huge, big, square kitchen. And I love a kitchen, even though I'm not a major cooker anymore. I don't do a lot of that. I love a large kitchen. I love having a big kitchen. And now, with one little counter area in my kitchen, it's like you set out one or two things and it's like, I got no more room, so it's like, oh, man, what am I gonna do? So I don't do a lot of that, a lot of that big cooking anymore, and I miss all my furniture. I do miss it. I miss a lot of that furniture. I miss my stove, my refrigerator. I miss, I had a beautiful china hutch. I had it was the china hutch, the serving, they called it a server, that you would set your plates on and your tea service, and then in the drawer you put all your silverware and such, smaller plates. It was cherry wood. I had a Duncan Fife dining room table and chairs, and a buffet. I miss that. I miss them because I really liked them. It took a long time to collect that stuff. I miss my Victrola. I had two of them. I had that tall one, and I had one that would set on a table with the big horn. And I don't have them anymore, of course. I had an antique sewing machine that was almost immaculate. It had a wooden hood over the sewing machine part, and the wood was just almost immaculate. And of course, my boyfriend decided he wasn't going to fix that corner of the room where the roof leaked, and he shoved my sewing machine over there, and water got to it and rotted part of the wood, and I was ticked. I had what I call them a mangler. I still have the booklets, all the booklets for these different items, and it was, the kind where you could throw your shirts in it or your pillowcases, and you hit the pedal and it would roll in steam at the same time. And if any of you know what a mangler is, it's it was for in your house, not a big one in a factory. I had that, which, like I said, I have the booklet, the instruction book and everything. I just no longer have no longer have the machine. I had antique dressers, an antique vanity with a mirror in the center and the two on the sides that folded out. I had a lot of antiques. I had plastic purses, you know, a lot of collectibles, a lot of antiques that I can never replace. Never. But that's, then, this is now, and you have to let some things go. What's more important? Had to get out of that place, and there was no way I could rent a big enough U-Haul to haul it, and then I would have had to store 90% of it somewhere, because from a 12-room house to a 2-bedroom tiny apartment would not work. So, oh well, at least I can say I had those things. I had them, I appreciated them when I had them, and I let them go for the sake of my sanity and my physical well-being. So, and I know they're all destroyed now. I know they are, because once they were moved from that particular house into where he went afterwards, that place got torn down, and I'm sure 90% or more of everything he had there went with the house, down to, rubble. I do have one. I wish I would have grabbed the rest of the dishes, but I do have one. I have the teapot from, is it Franciscan ware? There has never even been water in that teapot. It's never been used at all. It's got the apple on it. And, I have some cookie jars that are older. So, well, anyway, that's 27 minutes of babble boredom, I'm sure. No whipping, just sipping and enjoying the Sunday afternoon. I'm going to make stir fry and add a little shrimp to it, so I'm going to make shrimp stir fry in my walk today. Yesterday I just had, by the time I got back, grocery shopping with my mother, which was very pleasant. It wasn't rushed or anything, because sometimes we're just in such a rush, it's like go, 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 And we did the grocery shopping. She came here and she visited for about an hour and a half, had a cup of coffee, and talked about older family members and different things going on, from the past. And by the time she left, I went ahead, and it was getting close to supper time, so I just made a bowl of soup and sandwich. That's what we ate yesterday for dinner. Excuse me. It tastes so good. So today, I'm going to go ahead and make shrimp stir fry in my wok. I'm going to use broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms. Throw in the shrimp at the last, because it's already cooked. I just have to throw it in there and let it warm up and, heat up. And I have a little bit of cabbage. Maybe I'll put that in too. I didn't get a lot of stuff for groceries for me. I made sure my mom got everything she wanted. Excuse me. And I'm going to go back, later, tomorrow or the next day, and pick up a little bit of beef and some pork and a little bit more hamburger for us. I did get my chicken and, made sure I got that stuff, but I need to get a few more frozen veggies. I don't use as much canned veggies as I used to, and I'm going to have to clean out that pantry and give it to the neighbors, because they're going to go to waste or go outdated if I don't. So, well, y'all have a good Sunday afternoon, evening, and hope you're diamond painting or relaxing. Hope the pictures were self-explanatory and they didn't bore you too much. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cough. Oh, tickle in my throat. So I'll probably, in a couple days, I'll be busy tomorrow morning because I have to call 3 different places in the morning, and sometimes you can get through, sometimes you can't. I have to call the gas company, I have to call for my daughter's rehabilitation because the other one wouldn't accept her medical card. So I have to call another place. And then I have to call, there's someplace out. And then I got to see if I can get appointments for our eyes to see if I can get new glasses. It's like, I don't have to do anything else until toward the end of the month, but it's still going to be busy because I hate the holidays anymore. It's just, it gets way too commercial, and everybody's like out there shopping, get this, get this, get this, and then next year starts and they go, oh man, how am I going to pay for this? So it's just too commercialized for me. And so, well, I'm going to go now. I'm past 30 minutes. That's enough. I want to thank all you subscribers who said what state you lived in. That is so fantastic. I love that. I mean, because I can't visit those places, and to hear how your weather is and the area you live in, and what kind of things you do there or what kind of hobbies other than your diamond painting. That's really interesting to me. It is, because I'll never get there. So I thank you so much for that. And if you want to tell me more about your state in the comments, hey, I'd love to hear it. So hugs to you all. I hope you have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. And I will try and get back to you again in a few days. And it is what it is. So DP Crazy Lady, I'm out.